Welcome to this lesson on repeated integration by parts. Today, we are going to master multiple applications of the formula and understand how to handle recursive cycles, often called cyclic integrals. First, let's briefly recall the fundamental formula. The integral of u dv equals u times v, minus the integral of v du. This tool allows us to exchange a difficult integral for a potentially easier one. But the key question is, what happens if the new integral is still difficult? Consider the integral of x squared times e to the power of x. Here we have an issue. If we choose u equals x squared, differentiation gives us 2x. This reduces the power from 2 to 1, but we still have an x term multiplied by e to the x. One application of the formula isn't enough to solve it completely. Let's perform the first step. We set u to x squared and dv to e to the x dx. After differentiating and integrating, we plug these into our formula. We get x squared e to the x minus the integral of 2x e to the x. Notice the red term. We still have an integral to calculate. Now we focus entirely on that remaining integral. 2x e to the x. We apply integration by parts a second time. We set our new u to 2x. This time, when we differentiate, du becomes just 2dx. This eliminates the x term completely. Applying the formula gives us 2x e to the x minus 2 e to the x. We can now combine our results. We take the expression from step 1 and substitute the result we found in step 2. Be very careful with the negative signs here. After distributing the negative and adding the constant of integration c, we can factor out e to the x for a clean final answer. Now let's look at a different beast, recursive integration. Sometimes, repeated integration doesn't simplify the expression to 0. Instead, it cycles back to the original problem. A classic example is the integral of e to the x sine of x. Let's start round 1. We set u equal to sine of x, and dv equal to e to the x. Differentiating sine gives us cosine. Applying the formula, we get e to the x sine of x, minus the integral of e to the x cosine of x. We have transformed sine into cosine, but we still have an integral to do. For round 2, we focus on the integral with cosine. We apply integration by parts again. Differentiating cosine gives us negative sine. Watch your signs here. When we simplify, we see that the term integral of e to the x sine of x has reappeared. This is exactly what we started with. This might look like a loop, but it's actually an equation. Let's call our original integral I. We can write the equation. I equals e to the x sine of x, minus the quantity e to the x cosine of x plus I. By distributing the negative sign, we get a linear equation where I is the variable we want to solve for. Now we simply use algebra. We have a minus I on the right side, so we add I to both sides to get 2i. Finally, we divide by 2 and add our constant c, and there is our solution. We solve the integral by using algebra without ever directly integrating the final step.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.